All right, so good evening. Welcome to the Westside Butt Mashers podcast, episode one. We got CeaseMH, the tournament player here. We got X to the T Exit,
Holla,
and we
holla,
got
holla, holla, holla.
Sid, and we
What's
got your boy
poppin'?
Schluddy, aka Scuddy. Actually, that's how it's
No bunny
pronounced.
master. You didn't say Snow.
Snow
Um,
Bunny Master.
so yeah, if you want to introduce yourselves, please feel free to.
I'm a
Schluddy,
I'll start
black
with
man.
myself.
or
Oh,
Cease,
actually,
okay.
yeah, Slutty, you go, Slutty.
Yeah, I'm a black dude. I stream sometimes.
All right,
Oh,
go ahead,
Cease.
Cease.
Alright, my name is Cease, alias Cease. I play tournaments for MK11, NRS games for the most part, and I'm just here to provide some good input.
Hell yeah. All right. X to the T exit.
Do I really need to introduce myself? Alright. Exit Hunt, the whole fucking show. Mr. Jump on hit so you can suck my dick. I could keep going, but yeah, we're in here.
All right. And we got Sid.
Alright.
Yo, it's Sid. Not much to me, man. I'll probably just give a casual gamer's input to the cast, man.
Here we go, of course. And we
Yes,
got
sir.
Thumper, of course, king of casuals, if you will. No, I'm just kidding. But
Hey, it's Thunberg.
Sorry.
but thank you, Sid. So I mean, so what I want to start off with is, and we're just gonna throw it out there, is why do you keep coming back to the game? I know it's frustrating even for me, and a good handful of us. Last night I honestly kind of raged quit. But what keeps you keep like, what keeps you keep like coming back to the game?
Keep you guys keep going.
What?
Yeah, there you go. You got
Alright,
it.
who wants to start?
Who's going first, number? You gotta select this.
I'll
Alright.
go first.
So
I'll go
exit.
first,
Yeah.
I'll-
What keeps you coming back?
Well, in total times I deleted the game is probably like 8. The longest I stopped playing the game was like 2 months. And then every time you come back to it, well, there's always just dumb reasons why. Sometimes it's just, there's really not much to the game. It's stale. I'm pretty sure all of us at some point felt the game was stale. For me, probably my channel was probably the reason why I kept fucking coming back to it. And
Mhm.
like the community and stuff like that, because if there was no community for it, I'd probably move on to something else. But at the end of the day, dude, like the game is, I like the way it's played. Like I started playing a bunch of other fighting games, and I just keep telling myself, yeah, MK is way better than this shit. Like trying out Blaze Blue in 2021, it's rough. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Everything just, it's too fast. There's not much customization. Every character just has one move. Anyways, at the end of the day, I don't know, man. It's kind of rough to answer, but it's just like I like the game despite its flaws, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Okay. And Sid, what keeps you coming back to MK11?
So I was just trying to write down what he said. Okay, so as for me, I let's see, what keeps me coming back to MK11? I actually, yeah, Baraka. I love Baraka. I really love like the characters, the character choice that I have. It's really it's fun for me being able to figure out how to beat certain characters. I do like the combos that I do. I mean, like it's it. I enjoy somewhat of the the competition. Not so much like the aspect of the way that people get upset. Online, of course. What I'm saying. Sometimes I mirror that, just as a joke, with friends. But mostly it's a fun game to play with friends. Not so much the online aspect against like randoms. But yeah, I think that's really all that does it for me. If I wasn't playing with some of these guys, I probably wouldn't be playing MK11 that much anyway. So.
Right. Right.
That's
I
cute.
agree. I agree. Cease, would you like to chime in on this?
Yeah, sure. So, in a sense of, I've never quit MK11, never had to uninstall it or any of that sense.
Nice.
Just because I think the actual competitive scene itself has always kept me like glued to it. But if it weren't for the competitive scene, if I was a casual player, there's a good chance I probably would have been in the exact same situation. And the only thing that would have, kept me stuck to it is, just a good amount of a good group of friends. That is. But I think MK11 is a really good game. I think it's much better than prior titles, aside from
Great.
Injustice 2, but that's a different discussion. And I think it's the easiest for a casual player to get into and to enjoy, and to also be competitive. And yeah, I think that's, I just think I enjoy the game overall. I like the characters, I like the fighting style, and I probably wouldn't transfer to anything else as a main game competitively.
Nice, nice. All right. Schlitty?
I took like a fucking 3 month break off this shit. I don't know why, but like the only thing that like keeps me coming back to this game is honestly like you guys like and playing and having fun and shit. Like I don't ever like just get on Mortal Kombat like by myself and be like, oh yeah, I just want to play this shit. Like fuck no.
Yeah.
Either I'm playing with you guys or I'm streaming. That's like the only time I like actually have fun playing the game and not just like get pissed or some shit like that. That's all.
Right. Nice. My input on it is when I first played it, I think, I was really into it, and then kind of like a good handful of us, it got a little stale, and then like, we got some DLC in. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, fuck yeah, like, we got Bujin and we got, Rain, Shiba. All right, dope, yeah, whatever. Um, and then after a while, again, it got kind of stale. And then like I was trying to sweat in Combat League, and honestly, I never knew any of like the dynamics of like competitive, like actually being competitive. I just thought, you'd go in there, try your best, and fucking fuck people up, whatever. And once I started actually getting into it, like actually like learning about a competitive scene and this and that and streaming, that's actually that like opened up a whole new like world to me, like, and like meeting Exit, actually hitting him up for games and shit like that, like that was. And then to top it all off, like meeting you guys, like honestly, if I hadn't met you guys, I probably would have stopped playing the game. But
Yeah, I agree.
I probably would have also come back to it here and there, because I think the thing is for me, and it's gonna sound like really I don't want to say cliche, but it's probably gonna sound a little lame, but I love Mortal Kombat just as just a franchise and a game. Like it was the first game that got me into gaming, and I think that would be the only reason why I'd like just keep coming back. Like I honestly wanted to take a break, but I see polos, I see like Outworld. I'm sorry, MKTV now, and Vape Coach and stuff like that, Brutality Bowl, and I actually want to compete, but I just get so frustrated. But it just it's like I can't even stop now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just kind of like what C said, like it's just the competitive scene is actually really fun as much as I get frustrated, and it keeps me going. So, the next thing is, I would like to pretty much. This is more so for like the audience and like for ourselves. Is there any ways that like you guys deal with frustration? Like, do you actually like like do you get so frustrated with the game? Like, do you actually like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna give it like a couple days or like a week. Come back to it later, and then like you feel fresh. I feel like that's kind of like a tech thing, I mean, maybe kind of like with
Absolutely.
anything. Correct me
Absolutely.
if I'm wrong. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Sid.
can I? Yeah, there you go. Absolutely, definitely. Like, doing like combos and stuff and like messing them up and everything. Sometimes it was funny because Exit was the one who told me about this, and he was like, "Yeah, man." Like I was telling him, 'cause I was like, "Man, I keep trying to do this, keep trying to do this for so long," and he was like, "Man, the tech is just to stop playing. You know what I'm saying, for a little bit. You know what I'm saying, like just leave it alone, just leave the character alone for a little bit. Come back the next day, or you know what I'm saying, or say come back 2 days later." Try the same thing again, and you'll notice that you'll just do it in like 3 tries. It'll take you like 3 or so tries to get. It'll be like a lot more. I don't know what it is, but what I'm saying. But I don't know. To me, it comes down to MK is so easy. It's so like the game and everything. Everything makes sense. Give me a second here. Everything makes sense, but at the same time, like when you get down to like the frame data and stuff like that, that's when it stops. That's when it
Yeah.
just. That's when like there was just a disconnect in the game. You know what I'm saying? Between the developers and the people that were actually trying to. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what they were thinking, but like I said, I'm just a casual gamer, so I don't really know that much about it, as much as like CeaseMH, you know what I'm saying, and how leave an exit, but I can definitely say for sure, like whenever I get frustrated, it's usually because maybe something is just so easy that it just takes time for you just need to like stop, step back and then come back into it. And then figure out what this guy, what that katana, what that jade, what that whatever was doing that was really just fucking you up. You know what I'm saying? And then just adapt, because that's usually what it is sometimes. Unless it's a century, and then you're fucked.
Right. Um, Shletty, you wanna go ahead?
Yeah, I can. Number one, don't fucking play Combat League. And something like Cease would fucking say.
Can you repeat number one again? 'Cause I don't know if we all heard that. Okay, all right. One more time. What was that?
Don't fucking play Combat League.
Got it. Got it. Circling that.
Like when I get frustrated, I'll either like take like a 30 minute to like either the rest of the day fucking break off this shit because yeah, this game
Absolutely.
can get fucking frustrating. I mean,
Absolutely.
any game can like fucking Fortnite, Call of Duty, GTA, some shit like that. Yeah, but like when you come back to the game, like something like Cease would fucking say is watch your replays and shit and see what you're doing wrong in that particular situation and lab it. Just do shit like that. Do the little shit that could make you better and not make you exactly frustrated in that particular situation.
Nice, nice. Um,
I'll
Cease, did
I'll
you want to
speak
go ahead?
next. Yeah, yeah. I'd say there's been very few times in the overall history of me playing the game. Like I say, yeah, I've already previously said that. I've never had to uninstall it, but I have taken a handful of breaks that lasted a few days. And it wasn't because of frustration. It was more so that I clearly wasn't reacting to things well enough.
Hmm.
And I guess when it comes down to it in retrospect, you kind of sum it all up to I was frustrated with how poorly I was playing. But definitely, it's worth taking a break. If number one, if you're just frustrated with the game, it's a lot to learn coming from that casual, like coming from the casual side of everything, and you're trying to push into the competitive nature of it. But I think MK11 does a really good job, specifically with the training modes, not practice itself, um, but the training options. It does a good enough job to summarize frame data, which is what Sid, I believe, was referencing.
Hmm.
Um, and then if you're really trying to push into it and you get into the practice mode, it is a godsend uh, it, when you realize if you go to, for example, Tekken, right? You have to pay for the frame data over there. And even then, if there's if a move, if the frame data is like a variable depending on the distance, which I don't know if that's a thing in Tekken, but I know it is in MK11. They specify it because you have the option to throw up like a little frame data box at the very
Hmm.
bottom. MK11 does a really good job. It has done an amazing job of bringing people who have never played fighting games before and making it, putting them at a competitive level with people who are veterans. I've been playing NRS games for about 8 years now, at least in terms of knowing what I'm doing, not competitively, but knowing what a combo is, what frame data is, uh,
Right.
and I haven't seen this many people like just come out of nowhere and play at the same level as your Unjust and everyone of that sort. It's pretty cool. It's cool to see. Some people may get frustrated. They may say that MK11 is a little too easy, but I think it's nice that they're kind of filling in the gap for sure.
Right. Right. Awesome.
See, so I have a question.
Yeah,
What's the longest break that you ever taken off this game?
probably only like a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
That's
think
all.
I think I think shortest has been 2 days, max a week. I had to take a 2 day 2 day break recently, right before MKNJ, just because I realized I was like I'm playing so bad. I'm not reacting. I'm not playing normally. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. Like I'll mix someone, for example, with Gearus, I'll do forward two command grab, and then I kept doing it because like I'm just kind of playing on autopilot the whole time. And it hit me. I was like, I'm not thinking about the mind game that I'm playing on. I was like, I'll do a command grab, but then I'll just do it again, and they're gonna jump the next time because they just got hit by a command grab.
Mm.
Um, but I wasn't thinking about that. It's just because like I was burnt out. This game is all fighting games that they can burn you out very fast. But but yeah, that's why it's important to take a break, take a step away, come back to it the next day if it's something small, or even like in an hour. You should never play when you're not feeling your best. Um, at least as long as you're not in a tournament, for example. But yeah.
Agreed. Agreed. Exit, did you want to chime in on that?
Um, well, when it comes to getting frustrated with the game, I don't really get frustrated with it often. I think like when like say I'll flip out with you guys, it's more just me like messing around and stuff. But like there has been times where like I'll play with I don't know a subscriber of mine or whatever, and you just get scrubbed the fuck out.
Call him
Like
out. Say
you
the subscriber's
play
name.
like, bro, you
Go ahead.
fucking
Call
there's
him out.
people that you
This guy.
No, no, listen, just hear me out, hear me out. Like you
Yeah.
play against these characters, there's no neutral whatsoever. They're not hit confirming shit. You're still getting clipped. Just things that just don't make sense. You're just getting hit by it. Like one time we've seen SJ, homie of ours, for those who don't know, play in a tournament. He's really good, and he played against a Jackie
Oh,
player
I know exactly
that
what you're
kept
talking about.
doing down 3 into clinch, and he like SJ whoops my ass all the time. I'm not afraid to admit it, and I seen him turn human. Like it was just like he was getting hit with the dumbest shit and just getting so frustrated by it, and he was like losing to a player that he was obviously better than, but he just wasn't in the right headspace. And I think
Hey,
all of us here know what it feels like. You know what I'm saying?
can I bring up a really good point though? And
Go
I
ahead.
kind of want to. I don't want to divert too much, but if you're not, if someone is doing something and they keep getting away with it, like for example, down 3 clinch, and SJ just couldn't adapt.
It's
Um,
real.
it's well, not only it's yeah, it's real because it technically does. There's no gap in it. But with that being said, like you exit, you had mentioned, clearly he's better than this guy. It's like, yeah, he might be better in like all these other
Fundamentals.
scenarios, but
Fundamentals.
in terms of
Yeah.
fundamentals, but like if you can't get past like layer 1 of a mind game, then how much better are you than that person?
Yeah. Well,
Good
that's the
point.
thing. That's the thing about the game. Like, you could like play like that and like get away with it with a lot of shit. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Like
I
we've
feel like that's
all,
a general fighting game thing. Is like if
yeah.
No,
someone
but
keeps
the
on doing
point is
something
you
that's
had to
scrubby,
adapt.
but
I
you
think
keep getting
I think
hit.
it's glorified in MK11. I'm pretty sure. I'm not saying like people. There's the big huge debate that MK11 is a scrubby game. Yeah, there is like the comeback mechanics and stuff like that, but I know it's not the whole point of that. It's just that we've all been in that headspace where it's like, why am I getting caught by this dumb shit? It's not
Hmm.
like when people play like that, that's fine, whatever, dude. Like it happens, but like it's so easy to fall into that. I'm frustrated because this guy's doing this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That was my whole point of it. Like we've all been through that shit, but I usually really don't get frustrated with the game. Again, like
Hmm.
I just play with you guys. I'm not playing doing tournaments or shit like that. I'm just having fun with it. That's how I enjoy it. Like I think that's the reason why I kept sticking with the game was because I haven't played Combat League since 2019. I stay the fuck away
Yeah.
from it. I just play sets with people. You get comfortable. Like it's a fun game where you can like play sets with somebody, chop it up, and it's like, oh, you fucked up there, or hey, don't drop the combo, or just stuff like that. Like having like a nice conversation with somebody, and then like you're actually leveling up as well because oh, you should have done this because of this in the mind games. I'm pretty sure all of us when we play sets, whatever, that shit happens. I'm just like, don't
Hmm.
drop
Hmm.
the combo, that was good, or damn, you fucked up, stuff like that. But that's just my
Yeah.
perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much what
Right.
I have to say on it. Yeah.
Combat League,
Um,
coming from my point of view, Combat League should be stayed away from. That is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
good. Anyways, what were you saying?
yeah. I mean, honestly, I agree with Slutty and Cease and Exit. When it comes to Combat League, honestly, I had stayed away from it for, I mean, a good handful of, you know, times that the seasons have come, and
Hmm.
I've noticed that it's like honestly it's like almost like pressure's taken off. And the
Yeah.
funny thing is it's not like Combat League is a viable thing to like rate your skills. It's just like, you know, uh again, it goes back to me, meeting the people that actually like know what the fuck they're talking about, know what's going on, or at least can have fun playing the game with,
Hmm.
as opposed to, some numbskull that you run into on Combat League. Yeah, quit fucking doing that, or get better, and it's like you give people that power to like fuck with you mentally, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so, now I've come to the point where like, I'll go into Combat League and just like laugh it off, and I do it every now and then. Like I think the last time I played Combat League, I was like mirroring people and shit, and they were getting
Hmm.
pissed off, but I was having fun with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well, mirrors
and
are a thing of pride. That's all it
exactly,
Yeah,
is.
they
yeah,
really
yeah, they
are.
are. They
Put your
really
nuts on
are.
the line.
I
Literally
take it.
put your nuts on the line.
I have pride in my character. You know what I mean? And when someone beats me, I'm like, all right, well, that looks like something new. I gotta learn. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, because
Um,
you don't have to be a competitive nature, but you don't have to want to be Sonic Fox to be like I don't want to lose with my own character, you know.
right, right,
One thing
exactly.
one thing I will say is I don't think Combat League is that bad, and the only changes I would make to it to put it in my perfect world is make it first to three. I think that's big.
Hmm.
And then
It
I don't.
wasn't it like that in the beginning? Because I
Yeah,
think I remember
it was first to
was
three
first to
in
three
the
when I
beginning.
first started.
And then
Yeah,
they
Mm.
changed it.
but wait, no, that's not true because Combat League was not a day one thing. It like took like a month or two to come out. I
Well,
remember,
it
and
was
it was
what
like
ranked was.
yeah, ranked was, but it was just like you're not really getting shit from ranked. People really want to play Combat League for the skins and gear pieces,
Yeah.
which I don't blame them. I don't, but yeah, and when I played ranked, that shit was really enjoyable because you had time to adapt and it was just perfect, But yeah, that first to two, that shit's ass.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Um, go ahead.
but but first three, that's big number one there. Number two is not a Wi-Fi filter. Because and I've already explained this to you guys in private, so I'll go over it briefly.
Hmm.
But a Wi-Fi filter kills off a big portion of the entire MK player base because not everyone is a competitive player. They're gonna have Wi-Fi and that's all they're gonna have access to. And if you immediately have a Wi-Fi filter and now those people playing Wi-Fi aren't able to find games, how enjoyable is that for your casual player base, which is 99% of your sales? So we're never going to get a Wi-Fi filter, but I think it would be important if we could also somehow get a way where if you are on Wi-Fi, it puts it down to being able to cancel at a lower ping. So right now, Combat League, you can only not fight your opponent if they're above 150 ping. I think if they're on Wi-Fi, it should be like 80 or like 100.
Yeah.
100
Right.
sounds reasonable,
I
unfortunately, but
agree.
yeah,
100 sounds reasonable.
100 sounds very reasonable.
And then
Yeah,
naturally, if they're wired, then you can bump that
sure.
back up. I don't think 150 is even good. I think it should be 130 max. I think
Yeah.
130 is
Because you can always expect that the ping is gonna increase during the match because it's always at the lowest or whatever it is.
yeah.
So if
I
it's
get Go ahead.
right,
Oh, sorry. I'm
if
sorry.
it's already you're fine. Sorry, I cut you off. But if it's already at 120, I played a match today and it was like it jumped up like 50. So it was at like 170,
Yeah.
180.
And
You
naturally,
know, and I was
and it
like,
always
oh my
does that.
god.
It
Yeah.
always does that. I play with people from EU. EU is kind of pushing it, but from people
Yeah.
from England.
Hmm.
And I think I generally get around 130. So that's why I say that.
That's
And
actually
that's across
interesting.
an entire ocean.
Hmm.
I'm East Coast. Uh,
During
so
the
I think
match,
if it's
130.
yeah during the match it's 130.
No,
Oh
it's
So
not
it
wow.
would
bad.
show up as
That's
around
actually not that
110.
bad.
So that's why I say
Yeah.
so if you're like Germany for example, it's gonna be a little bit farther.
Yeah.
I think if it says 130, 150 in game, that's fine, But
Hmm.
there should be no way I'm finding matches with people from the Middle East and it's like yeah you'll suck it up.
Yeah.
Right. I guess the next thing, I just
I wanted
wanna.
to say, by
Oh,
the
go
way,
ahead.
I'm so sorry, but I wanted to say, by the way, for as far as frustration comes, I noticed that I was actually getting really frustrated before I even met you guys. I noticed I was getting like really frustrated with this game and everything, and like even playing with some of my friends, like that I know like in real life. I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. Like you guys play like maniacs, And the only thing, the only thing that like that helped me get over that, like that frustration, um, before I met you guys, was just like sucking it up. Kind of what like C said. Like I don't like. I was just like sick of like, oh my god, I'm sick of playing Combat League and I'm sweating and I'm angry and like the last, I was like, I got teabag,
Yep.
mentality. I got
Yep.
down the mic, suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit's toxic, bro. You know what I'm saying? It eats away at your humanity for real. You know? And I mean, like after a while, I just like so what I did personally. Nobody will ever probably do this because that's crazy. What I did, I would like beat somebody to the point where like I win, right? And then mercy, and then just throw the controller. And I would just keep myself from. I know it sounds crazy, right? But and that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? And I would let them beat me, and I'd let them say all types of crazy stuff to me, and I would just keep doing it until it didn't matter anymore. Until I just didn't care. You know, I was like, you know what? Who cares? Whatever. At the end of the day, it's just a fucking game. You know, and I'm not gonna rage
Exactly.
over this. You know, and I literally I don't really care anymore. The only time I really care is when I play with you guys. You know, so it doesn't really like being in Combat League does not bother me whatsoever. It's still terrible, and you should never do it. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's what works for me. If you have to play Combat League, play like that.
Oh, so what you're saying is it basically only matters when you're a Westside Bud Master.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty
Unfortunately.
much.
Next question, please.
So I guess the next thing was this is pretty much kind of wrapping it up. The next two things were, you know, what I'm thankful for, and you guys can chime in what you're thankful for. The thing is, and this kind of, you know, coincides with like frustration, and I'm probably sound like a broken record, but the things I'm thankful for is the community. Like honestly, I've met, I mean, a good handful of people that I like to play with. You know, granted, like, you know, we know each other's habits, and maybe on a competitive level, it may not be that great in the long run. But you know what? Um, I'm honestly grateful because I feel like I've honestly like found a home that I have like pretty much longed for. I know that sounds super cheesy, but it's crazy because like it's found people that I really do like, and I would really love to chop it up with in person. You know, I've met some dope ass subscribers too myself. You know, like I mean, like these gentlemen here, it's honestly been amazing. Like, and there's been people I met like throughout like the exhibitions and like on Twitter, even Facebook for that matter. There's a bunch of goofballs on there though. But you know, I really am thankful for meeting everybody on here, and I don't know if you guys want to chime in on something like that, or you know, if you want to go to the next topic of things to look forward to on your guys' channels, or you know, whatever you guys want to plug. Please feel free. Go ahead.
I'll add something to your point. I think, and this is coming from me personally. I'm kind of antisocial in the sense of like I don't really go out very often, and I think a big part of that is because I have, you know, I do compete, so I come home and honestly I play video games. But it's not because I don't like I can't go out. It's just I choose to stay in. I think a big thing about that is for 8 years now, I've been able to grow into this community. I think it's been really great. I've been able to find a lot of people that I can call, you know, great friends and potentially like people I feel like are family to me. And just to kind of end that topic off, sorry, I have to let my dog in. So,
Oh my gosh, Cease is making me blush.
but
Obviously, talking about me, but
yeah.
Obviously.
But nah, man, I think any gaming space, but specifically, you know, we're talking about the FGC. It's a great collective. It's a great opportunity to find people you can find and make great relationships, and it's a great way to have a pastime, and you know that can push into your real life hobbies. You know, I don't go out very often, but if there's an offline event, you know, I'm gonna drive out there. And yeah, that's really all there is to it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well
Yes,
said, man.
agreed.
You love
Agreed.
it.
Yeah, I'm on professional mode. I can't say anything too wild.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
just leave
Good
that up to me,
idea.
sir.
my.
Leave that up to me. Number one thing, the FGC is not a place for relationships, so don't thirst over fucking Baylina Khan or anybody.
Hey, I'll do what I want. I'll do what I want.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
I guess another thing for me to touch back on it. I'm sorry if I cut anybody off, but I think the thing is too with I mean, I guess the obvious here is COVID. I actually got to meet people virtually that I really enjoy talking to.
That you love.
And I don't even I love, Um, I can literally say, we created the Westside Butt Mashers thing as like kind of as a joke, but all reality, I honestly feel that shit when I say it, you know what I mean? 'Cause like I enjoy, coming back. I'm like, I look forward coming back home. I'm like, I'm gonna go fucking play with the boys. Like the other day, I think after Thanksgiving, I mean, it was during Thanksgiving Day, but I had Thanksgiving with the family, and I saw you guys on, and for me, I was like, I was so tired, but I saw you guys on. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get on. You know what I mean? I was
Oh
looking
yeah.
forward to that shit. But yeah, that's another thing, that I just kind of wanted to add on.
Yeah, it's really like our like little group that we have is something to look forward to at the end of your day or whenever you have time. Like for me, like I'm fucking young. I'm high school and shit. I go to school. I have a job and shit. Like when I get off, I'm like, oh, do I want to play the game or am I about to go to sleep? And I usually end up playing the game until I'm just that
Right.
fucking tired. But yeah, exit. You go. You haven't talked in a while.
All right. Yeah, dude. I am very thankful for this group. Like real talk. It's kind of crazy because it was weird because I met all of you guys individually at some point. Like I think it started off with Thumper and then Slutty, and there's a point where I just chopped it up with Thumper, and then I just chopped it up with Slutty. These two never met each other or whatever, and then Cease came along later and Sid came along later or whatever,
Yeah,
and
me
then
too.
yeah, there you go. So it was just weird because I don't know. I just hate putting people in a spot where it's like you have to meet other people. Like I'm pretty sure we've all gotten invited to a cough, and there's hella people, and then just people are talking amongst them. You really can't say anything in the conversation. You don't fucking know these people. We've all been in that situation. Let's not lie. And then I think it was Stumper that just started inviting people to the group, and then from right there, I was like, okay, it's slowly growing up. And the dope thing was I actually liked everyone in the group. That was the thing I liked the most because we've all have assholes in groups who are just like, oh my god, this guy just joined the party. And then, like, yeah, I can honestly say I love every single one in the Westside Button Mashers. I really, really do. I'll take a bullet for any of you, motherfucker. I really mean that shit. And it was all really, yeah, I would.
'Cause I have
Anyways,
some issues in real life, bro. I don't know.
Nah, he's like he's
I
legit
got
from
you.
like Oakland, so that's
Come on,
why.
come
You know what I'm
on.
saying? He's the bad boy of the group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay,
He
okay.
wears long sleeve shirts under short sleeve shirts. He's the bad boy. That guy, let me tell you. Tell him about your jorts, bro. He still wears
Bro, he wears
jorts.
jorts, bro. Yeah, he's
No,
different, bro.
Jorts with the Crocs, bro. Do not mess with him.
Stop
I'm
it.
telling you.
Bro, this
Do
dude is
not
a
mess with
demon.
him, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh
And the
my
leg warmers.
God.
Tell him about the leg warmers. Tell him about the leg warmers.
Oh my, there is no leg warmers. Anyways, as I was saying, I thought this shit was gonna die out, man. I really did. When it first started, we would all play, and I think we've all enjoyed each other's company, and it was
No.
dope. Okay, I'm talking. Back the fuck up. Like, we all enjoyed each other's company, and it was fun doing CODs and just crazy shit happened and all
Oh,
this
yeah.
stuff. And then when they announced that the game wasn't gonna get supported anymore, I thought it was gonna be over, and it sucked. It is what it is. People are gonna move on, but we're doing this podcast, and we're still doing it. So I'm very grateful for that.
Exactly.
That's pretty much all I have to say.
Yes, sir.
Facts. Yeah, they should definitely update the fucking game because this is a fucking ass game.
And I mean,
looking
I
next?
just want to say, anybody that gets frustrated or that feels, I guess lonely, seek a crew or seek some people that that you feel comfortable with. You can chop it up with, play some games with. Maybe they can help you get better. Doesn't necessarily have to be a competitive level, but at least to enjoy the game yourself, and enjoy it with the people that you want to play with. Because that's what I did, and I was fortunate enough to find these guys. and
Especially
yeah, totes my goats.
excuse me,
And I
what?
mean, I think going forward, the things that I want to address, like going forward, um, and what I want to bring to my channel, and everybody's more than welcome to, chime in whatever they want to do on their channels or, streams. Um, what I like to do is I like to keep playing MK. I'm trying not to do the same thing so much. I know people can get tired of the same thing, looking at the same thing. Just like, just playing the same game, and you're like, all right, gotta take a break. So I like playing, like, I think I played Crash Bandicoot. I thought that was a dope stream. Everybody was chiming in, even though Sid was being such a douchebag. No, he was
That's enough. That's enough. That's not what this podcast is about. That's enough. Thank you. Thank you.
no, but no, it was a lot of fun, honestly. Like, it was just me. I had never done anything like that before. It was a lot of fun. I suggest, if you are a streamer, if you're watching this, to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And I do look forward to streaming more fighting games. Hopefully, I do like Tekken. King of Fighters is going to be coming out soon, so I do plan on doing that. Do I want to do that competitively? I don't think so, but yeah, content-wise, definitely. And where wants to go next? Please chime
I
in.
have a question actually for everybody. Which title are y'all looking for like the next NRS game, like Injustice or MK12?
I say
I think we can
MK12.
easily sum that up and say everyone wants MK except for me.
Bro, yeah, I'm gonna need an MK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I either want MK or Marvel. Not gonna lie, like I would love to see.
What?
Do we
Yeah.
all just like not like the
Wow.
Injustice games, or you just rather have?
I think it could be
Well,
better.
if
you know?
Injustice had the MK movement, I'm there.
Agreed.
I'm all
Yeah,
in.
absolutely.
Agreed.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know.
I
Yeah,
think
just
y'all
me
just need to
personally, I
learn some
really-
neutral.
I think you just need to stop and play in your fucking tournament. But yeah.
Oh, I'm going to keep it professional. Y'all need to play neutral.
Good old
Personally,
Nooch.
I don't like the DC universe except for like fucking characters like Joker. That's about the only one.
Well, it's crazy because Joker is in that game.
Yeah, do you think I'm just about to buy fucking Injustice just for one character?
I don't know. It could be your main. That's kind of.
Well,
You never know.
well,
You know?
here's the hard truth. We're all gonna buy it. Here, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
we all are.
absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
pretty
Yeah.
sure we all
Buying
are.
Injustice? I think you're high as shit.
I already
Like,
pre-ordered it.
I cannot believe I'm saying it, but I think if it's Injustice 3, I'm going to buy it. Like,
That's you.
people are just gonna feel left out. I don't know
You
what
can
it is.
game
It's
with
like,
Cease.
FOMO,
yeah.
baby.
Play Fortnite.
Fear of
there
missing
you
out.
go. I'm gonna turn pro with Cease. There you go. But,
Yeah.
Oh.
Does anybody
You'll
want to
have it.
add, like, any I guess maybe future content, or like, where they can find you,
yeah,
maybe?
Cease is going to be joining Evo. I just
Oh
want
my
to throw that out.
And I will put links in everybody's
Dude,
to
for real, you're
everybody's
gonna
stuff
do
in,
that for
in my
me?
description. Yeah, of course.
That's so cute.
I always do anyways. If you're featured in my video, I always put your guys' links and whatnot. So
That's so beautiful, man.
I do my best.
See, Thumper's a man for the people.
People's champ.
I try. I definitely try. But anybody else gonna chime in? Maybe
I
future.
think this podcast needs to be longer. Cease asks a question. No.
Ask a question.
Yeah, give a topic, actually.
What
Just give
what's the What do you feel like the most difficult thing is for everyone here, just to like improve?
To improve
Is
on.
a player, I guess, like where you see yourself consistently falling short of in your
winning
gameplays.
games. Actually
Well,
being fucking good.
Well, yeah, but that's like get down to the specifics of it. Like, what's stopping you? What do you feel like you keep on? You're like, if I kept doing this, like if I had done this better, and then you keep saying that to yourself, and it keeps happening day after day.
Okay, this is
know-
gonna sound fucking stupid, but playing for fun.
Seriously?
You want to? Wow.
Because
You can't. Like, no, I'm being lying. Like, you can't play for fun, really?
No. I play for fun and I play like a dumbass. That's why I don't improve.
I feel that.
Oh, okay. So you're
I
trying
can
not to
second
play for
that. I
fun? Is
can.
that what you're saying? I'm trying to understand what you're saying here, Scotty. 'Cause
So yeah,
it sounds like you're saying
Exit
that you
can
want to try
shut
not
the
to.
fuck up. It's my turn to
I know
speak.
what Slutty's talking about. It's just like he wants to improve, but he just dicks off half of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's just like he just
Okay.
always
Yeah,
messing
Exit can.
around,
Yeah, he
always
can.
picks a new main every 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't
facts.
know, just stuff like that. But
Yeah, no,
like,
Mash. Jump on hit.
I think Slutty has the fundamentals, but he just doesn't want to, even though he does. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's some Fight Club
I
shit.
think
I
he
don't know.
should probably do maybe more one-ons. He should probably like do more one-ons, like what someone like maybe like SJ or Cease or like
Or myself, yeah.
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 I mean like
My
no,
my
I mean legitimate
Go ahead.
one-ons. You know what I mean? And seek other people that he's not familiar with, because we're all familiar with our own habits. You know what I mean? I mean
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
Slutty and Koi and I were just talking about this earlier. I think on Slutty's stream, we're all familiar with what who's gonna do what. I mean, we still get caught by it every now and then, but we're familiar
Yeah.
with each other
Yeah.
so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just
Um,
need to learn how to adapt to other people's gameplay. Like,
Hmm.
that's a great quote from the great coach Cease, the one and only.
mhm.
Wait, no,
Interesting.
Cease. What do you need to improve on, bud? Since you're asking the questions here, what do you think you need to improve on, sir?
Mine is just my consistency. I can play really good some days, and I can play really bad some days. Um, and although it's kind of like 95 it's not like a 95 to 5 ratio to complete that 100 in terms of like my good days and my bad days, but it's like, man, it's like I'm trying to keep it like at 100, you know?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I
Um,
think
if I can
most
hop
people.
on and I can play as good as I did, the past week, it'd be fantastic. But so I can't always do that, and I don't
Yeah,
know if I'm ever
everybody's
ever
gonna
gonna
have
be
their
able to
off
move on it.
days.
Right.
I'd also like to just get better in general, of course. Like I have things to work on. I guess it's not so much decisions, but it's just general defense. I sometimes I struggle. Like Jackie matchup, I can't. When I'm playing cracked, I'm anti-airing everything. I'm getting in between the shrapnel gaps. On an off day, I'm just letting them do constant leap, just leaping over me, and just doing everything for free.
Nice, nice. Anybody have any other questions, thoughts,
I
comments?
guess I guess what I have to improve on is just uh understanding, why people try to choose top tier characters like Aaron Black on me.
Oh my God.
Specifically talking
Oh.
about Exit here.
Jesus Christ.
I'd really like to play the game. Exit, please. Thank you. I'd really like to play the game and enjoy it, but every time I use my favorite character, he's Kano, and he's bottom one. Exit chooses the most ridiculous character, in this cast, a cowboy. Now, how much sense does it make for this game with ninjas, okay, and all these ninjas and crazy killing, machines, and now you have a cowboy in here, a cowboy,
Ram
and
Randy,
of course
baby.
he's top tier. Why wouldn't he be? So I mean, it'd be nice if I can't wait till the next game comes out because I know he's not going to be in there.
Oh
And if he
my
is, then
God.
I'm probably not. And if he is, then I'll probably open a lawsuit. So
All
that's all I
right.
gotta say.
I think it's alright to go next. I think reacting. Honestly, I feel like I just always get caught by shit. Like
You
I
know
don't
what
know.
I think? I think you're too old.
I think I'm
Oh
too
my
old.
gosh.
There you go. That could be it. And then I don't know, man. Just neutral, really. Just get more comfortable in neutral and just understand shit. But I think just reacting to shit. Like if I'm going up against a mix-up character, like a Jax or a sub, R.I.P. GG, stay free. And I just get caught. It is what it is. But yeah, I'll probably just say that. And then just neutral in general. I think I could definitely improve on that.
All right. I guess, I have nothing to improve on. No, I'm just kidding, but
Agreed.
no.
Agreed.
Honestly, what I feel like I would like to improve on is probably neutral as
Wake up,
well.
fatal blow. That's the first thing that should come out
Um,
of your mouth.
yeah. Yeah, the thumbtack. But I don't really do that as much as anymore, like as I used to, I try not to. Um, and I guess dealing with zoners, I do play pretty Unga Bunga for the most part. It's fun to me. But and I tend to I feel myself getting impatient. You know what I mean? And maybe I should actually lab against like a Cetron or a RoboCop. Like those two just seem to kind of get the best of me lately, no matter who
Mhm.
plays them. Um,
I
and
could
that's
actually.
that's my thing.
Do you guys mind if I feel like I point out everyone's like biggest issues?
Oh,
Yes,
heck yeah.
you can
Yeah,
go
please
shoot.
do.
I'm gonna start with Slutty just because I've been playing with him a lot recently. I think I think he turtles the most when you get him in a rough situation. I could be at 5% and he could be at 100, and I get him in the corner, and I can kind of just tell just by momentum. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of GG's. Um,
Uh-huh.
so he turtles. So he needs to make I think just better decisions. Like he needs to understand the risk reward of what he's doing. He can take risk if you have that much of a life lead. You can make like a dumb decision like wake up buttons that usually is frowned upon. I think for um for Thumper, you just need more matchup knowledge. You need more game knowledge.
Hmm.
A prime example is yesterday you played a set against a Cetron player, and you were pressing after Tornado and Boulder at full screen every single time, and you just kept getting
Mm.
clipped by ground pounds. It's plus. It jails off the Boulder. You quite literally just have to hold it. And that was just one of the things I had to tell you. You did a little bit better afterwards, but
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
just
you.
getting the general knowledge up, and then naturally just working on your defense. Um, for exit, I think exit. I'm gonna be honest. I think exit's probably one of the most solid people in the entire group. Because
Yeah, I
he does
agree.
make. I think he makes proper risk reward based decisions. I think he mixes when he knows it's time to mix. Um, and his defense is pretty good too. He's been working on flawless blocking recently, but I think he's doing it a little too much. That's been his whole thing. It's like he thinks flawless blocks
Yeah,
is cool, and I agree.
it is.
But when your whole thing is like, man, like I'm trying to get this falls block and everyone keeps doing delay mids and he's complaining about it. I was like, well, what if you like what if you just mashed? You know, like if
That's
they're
true.
walking up to do a delay mid, what if you just decided to
I've been
mash?
doing that lately. Like when Kano does his little, whatever his little when he's plus or
Shit.
whatever,
Uh-huh.
and then they always delay the mid. Slutty always delays the mid, or he just throws an awkward mid or
Mhm.
whatever. I just do down three into acid pour, and it works 50% of the time. So it's like I've been
Fucking
getting better
master.
with that. Yeah,
So
I don't
I
give a shit.
so I think your biggest issue is you need to understand the mind game you're playing. It is
Yeah,
okay to go for a flawless block after you end a string, but if you recognize that they're doing delay mids, you should probably start mashing, and then you can go back in the mix.
yeah.
Um,
Mm.
and then I honestly just I don't think I've seen Sid play enough. I think I bump him into the same category as if I had to give advice, I bump into the same category as Thumper and just getting the game knowledge up because he was also referring to frame data earlier.
Yeah, I
And
have no idea
if
about
you're
frame
just
data.
if you're just not comfortable with the frame data, then it's not everything in this game. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people play by
Mhm.
feel more than they play
Mhm.
by the actual
Mhm.
information. But there are just some matchups that you're bound to lose if you just don't know all the
Yeah.
information in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my take on everyone. If I had
No,
to
appreciate it,
So
Cease.
what
really,
you're
Big
basically
time.
saying is, if I stop playing like a bitch, I'll be better.
yeah. That's that. If I wasn't in this doing a podcast,
No,
I
no,
would have definitely told you
speak your
that.
mind.
Oh my God, Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
mean,
I tell a lot of people that I tell this to my teammates too. I
Mhm.
saw Dark Elite play tonight, and or no, it wasn't tonight. I think it was yesterday. I was
Oh,
watching him
I
play yesterday.
remember.
I was watching him play yesterday in an event, and I was like, yeah, I think you just lost because you got pussy. And I was like, I think you just need to play more ass. I was like, you're playing way too solid, and it's not working. You know,
Yeah.
like that. You can't always go for the safest option. The safest option is what's gonna set you back. Like you have to mix in this game. You can't. This game is not one that you can only. I don't think any fighting game is. You can't only play just straight neutral the entire game. You have to do some risky shit if you want to win. and some people just don't understand that. You know, the
So,
same reason that
Coach.
the same reason that Combat League people are killing you is the reason that
Mhm.
you're losing, like because
Mhm.
you're not doing the Combat League shit.
That is
Right.
true, because that is true. Like, when I use Aaron Black with the stance, I'm always looking for hit confirms. But when I'm using low Peacemaker, I'm just fucking mixing, and it's just much easier to play that way, just mixing your opponent's shit up. And,
Yeah, and if you can somehow find a way to mix the two, you know, no pun intended, merge the two of those styles together, that's literally just prime example of what good gameplay is.
Yeah.
When it's your turn and you need to mix, you do so. And if you also are able to hit confirm instead of mix, and you get really comfortable doing that, and go into your combo in the best case scenario, then you've found, you know, prime gameplay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah,
Nice.
what was Sludge saying? Yeah, he had a question and I totally cut him off.
I know, right? Yeah, what a fucking bum. So Coach, basically,
Jesus
um,
Christ.
say for instance you were stagger pressuring me in a corner, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yes. So what you're saying is press buttons.
If you have enough of a life lead that you feel comfortable, yeah.
But what if
I'm
we're in a life or death situation? Do I just like sit there and just wait for like the big brain read, or
it depends on how comfortable you are with that situation. I kind of turtle myself until I get, you know, to a situation where I just need to fucking press a button. But if you're waiting until that exact moment that you need to make the big brain read, sometimes it's already too late, you know.
yeah?
And let's say I try to anti-air Jackie, and I get it too late, and she's already been chipping me from 10% to 2. Um, I could still be safe, but by the time like I could try to anti-air, but I miss it, but then, you know, they don't punish me for it. They're still pressuring though. It's already too late. I can get killed just by chip there, and it's because I didn't take a risk the prior, you know, 4 times she was doing leaps.
Interesting.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah, you just gotta wait out. It's all risk reward. If you have good health, go for a hard read. If you don't, you know, sit and block. It's okay to block in this game.
Interesting. I have a question for everybody again. Yeah, because I'm fucking famous. How do you feel about the cast?
I think the cast sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna
Thank
say the
you.
same thing.
Thank you,
I was gonna
God.
say the exact same thing.
So,
Yeah. Hell
actually,
yeah.
Sid, I have a question for you. If one character was to go, who would it
Oh
be?
my God, no, don't.
I think it's obvious at this point.
Oh my
Um,
God.
you know, definitely the cowboy. It doesn't fucking make any sense. Why is there a cowboy in this game? I would much rather get scrubbed out, you know what I'm saying? Or I would much rather be beaten by Cetrion using Baraka. And, you know, it would fill my heart with joy knowing that, you know what I'm saying, I'm dying because, you know, look at this Cetrion, you know, it's keeping me at bay, you know what I'm saying? Rather than
Elder God
a
beating
cowboy,
you.
a cowboy that does forward four constantly and then slides under me, and my face hits the ground. I'm Baraka. I'm hurt. My pride's gone.
I
There's
think your
nothing I have
problem is
left.
you're playing
All I
Baraka.
have is a flag that
I think
comes
your
out,
problem is you're
and it
playing
takes a
Baraka.
whole 60 fucking seconds
I
for me to
think your
pull it
problem
out.
is you're playing Baraka.
Either way, it doesn't matter. You know, I just want the cowboy gun, please.
All right,
I
Cecil, who
would
do you
use
think
the
should go?
lung variation
Oh
against
my
Aaron, just
fucking
mix.
God.
You said
I
what?
would use the lunge variation. How
Oh
about you
my God.
don't use that character
How
at
about
all?
both
It's a
of you just
cowboy.
shut the fuck up and let me
Alright.
ask Cecil a question?
Oh my god.
Okay, Cecil, what character or characters would you take away from this cast to make it better? Who would
Frost,
you
number
trade?
1.
Wow.
Frost
Oh
needs to
my
go.
God.
Really?
Wow.
I
Yeah,
think Frost just needs to
I don't
look
like what they
better.
did.
Mhm.
You think they
So
did her
you don't
very
think she's
dirty?
a fun character to use at all? Like, you don't
Fuck
think
no, that
down
shit's
It's not.
three
boring.
I don't.
anti-air people is like fun at
That
all?
bitch is
I
boring.
think they took away the prime thing. Like, I thought the whole point of differentiating Frost and Sub-Zero was Frost kind of like used her ice moves, and it was based off her person like that very like aggressive, like violent personality. And you got like a lot more shit. Like, I thought it would have been you know, if you had Sub-Zero is the neutral, you know, the Grandmaster, he played a lot of neutral. He even if he had Ice Clone, he played things super safe. low damage, or not maybe not no low damage, but then you had Frost and just mixed machine, you know, make it like Term, but like with all the ice weapons.
That makes
I
sense.
like that.
That
Yeah,
would've
I
been
like
good.
that.
I get what you're saying.
they turned her into a robot, and they're like, yeah, that's it. You know, that's the one. Um,
What? Oh my
That's
god,
it.
that was good.
Mm-hmm.
and Jackie needs to go. It's literally Jax 2.0. The only personality trait she has in this game is Leap. Then furthering that, I think I'm looking at the roster right now. Sorry, hold on, my controller died. Give me a second.
No, you're good.
As long as he doesn't say Cabal, I think we're good.
Alright, I'm back. Are we talking DLC or base?
The whole
Just
roster.
in general.
roster?
Base. No, I'm saying base. Base.
Oh,
Okay, base.
Wow.
I think I like Aaron, but they need to make him not a jobber. Like he has to hit some of his shots, bro. Like he's a marksman, you know?
Yeah.
Like make him do more interesting things. You can't just keep losing. Like the NRS has this big thing with like including like a third of the roster and there's jobbers.
Yeah.
And then I think that goes for Collector as well. I think Cetrion was a really poorly done. I think her as a character is a terrible idea. Because like she's a superhero fighting game character. They gave her every element. Like she's literally a god, but she ignores what like Fujin and Raiden do. You know, they have elements. Even
Yeah.
Shinnok, he was all necromancy and like just dark shit, you know. I know they categorize it in life and death, but life is more than just giving her every power possible.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, she can grow to literally the size of the Earth, and that wasn't as seen in her fatality, and you know that wasn't used when she needed to protect, you know, the one thing.
Yeah.
And she got beat by Jackie Briggs.
She was having an off day. Get off her back. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, fuck.
Characters I will mention that I do like. Also, I think all the special forces need to be like, they need to pick like 2 or 3 and just get the rest of them off the fucking roster. Yeah, Sonya doesn't need to be here.
Yeah, I agree.
Same with Cassie. They can take a
Whoa,
break.
whoa,
Sonya's
nah,
dead.
nah,
thankfully.
no.
I'm sorry, exit
You're
your fucking Cassie. Nah, fuck Cassie. We need Takeda.
Bro, yeah, we need bring. At least he's interesting, bro. And same
Takeda
with,
is back. Is
Kenshi
Kenshi
was
badass.
was
also
also
cool.
beautiful in this game. They probably would have done a great job with Kenshi as well.
The
Kenshi
combat
would have been
kills,
fantastic.
baby. Bring him back.
I will give credit though. I think Devora, while it's not a popular pick, I think she's been great in the past 2 games because she's quite literally been like one of the villains. Kills Melina, kills Scorpion.
Yeah.
It's like that's like they need to give that. It's Mortal Kombat. People come back to life. They get resurrected. You have to kill some of the characters, bro. Like Aaron Black should be able to kill, fucking Kung Jin. Like bring him back, and it's okay, but like have him kill, you know, Reptile as a jobber, and then have Aaron kill Kung Jin, and it's like give these characters that like make them do something important outside of.
They just gotta push
Show
the
up.
characters better. Honestly, they need to push. The
I do
characters.
agree to that. Yeah.
Like people are allowed to die because we've seen them come back countless times, you know, and especially with this whole time. Terrible concept, by the way. They should have never gone down this route, but since we're already here, since we already have the Gyruses and the Chronicas, you can just bring back the previous version of them. Worst case scenario, and they should have taken the most risk with this game, which they did, but I don't think it was done the right way.
Yeah, they just didn't update the fucking game.
That too. That's a whole different story. I
Yeah,
think
are we done with this?
I think that was What's up?
Oh no, I was asking if we were done with this topic. I was gonna ask you another question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. They need to get rid of Rain, Shiva,
I think you just need to shut the
Collector,
fuck up.
and
Not
Kotal.
Shiva.
Those are
gosh.
my picks. Rain,
Okay, what's
Collector,
wrong with Rain?
Kotal.
What's wrong with Rain?
He's trash.
He's water boy. Get the fuck out of here.
He's
He is Water Boy.
I don't think they did a great job with him.
He's
He
also
just,
Lightning Boy. He brings water cloud
he's-
from sky.
he's just-
and
Mhm.
you
I
create
don't
lightning.
know.
From Sky.
Agreed.
I feel
Wait.
like this game would have still been fine without him. Like it just makes no difference. Like if they deleted him today, I would not like it wouldn't make a difference. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like
Couldn't
like
Rain just one hit KO somebody with just drowning?
It's true.
maybe.
Yeah, like
But
why
power
the fuck is
power
Rain-
scaling doesn't really matter in these games.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, Chronica shouldn't be losing. Why didn't she just reverse time to like
Exactly.
10 minutes before she lost and then, fucking not fuck up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buff Shiva. Buff Shiva. That's what I'm saying.
So
Buff
I think
Since
Shiva.
we're
Shiva's
going
fine.
this top, no,
No, you're lying to yourself.
I think
she was
that
decent.
may
I think if she had like less stubby buttons, she'd be better.
Yeah.
I'm just talking from a story aspect. I think
will that
she's
close it up, or are we?
Yeah,
or
I
do we have
said,
actually
No, we're not
legitimate
closing
questions?
shit up. We're still fucking talking. Since X is
I'm-
over here being a fucking dumbass, we're gonna hop off this
Oh
topic.
my gosh.
So Cease, I have a question for you, bud. How do you think the next MK game should play? Do you think it should play like MKX or this one?
This one, easy. I think they need to bring back a lot of combo extenders that scale very heavily. I'm fine with the damage output for a lot of these characters. 20, you get a handful of characters that can do over 40, but that 25 to high 30s range is fine. I think they need to, obviously bring back the old meter system.
Yes, I agree to that.
Same with defensive options. I think Injustice 2 is a prime example. I think you should have like one move that's invincible. I think that makes sense. I like the movement in this game. I like the movement more than I like Injustice, but I think Injustice is good. I don't think Injustice is bad. I just think that I think if you have a block button and you have the wave dashes, then this is fine.
Yeah.
And they need to remove Fatal Blow and redo the meter system and remove Breakaway. I liked Injustice 2. I like everything from Injustice 2. If you literally just copy pasted that, I'd be perfectly happy.
Do you feel like if the meter system was like how it was in like MKX, do you feel like it'd separate good players from bad players?
No.
No.
I think good players are making perfect use of it. I think you go back to zoners taking priority in these special these meter building battles. Because the old system prioritizes characters that use a lot of special moves. So that's big ups for zoners. But for characters like Kano, for example, like Kano's going to be building a whole lot of meter as well. Same with
That's why I want the old meter.
But then you're gonna have characters like let me think here.
But how would Aaron build up meter if he doesn't really have a special
By
move?
shooting his little fucking
Well, that's
pistol.
what I'm saying. It's like some characters
shouldn't,
they're gonna have to suffer.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, whoa, whoa,
You guys also have to
shit.
realize that it's not just special moves. You also get it from doing chip damage. So like Aaron, has all these fucking staggers, and he's gonna build it up naturally by doing, the full 2-1-2 string into mix, and then once he's on the ground, you do back 2-2, and that's all chip. That's probably like one whole bar in itself.
I think like if he throws acid at somebody, he should get 2 bars. I'm just saying, like automatically.
Yeah,
Negative.
2 whole bars.
2 whole bars.
Two
I
whole
think
bars.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, actually, you just need to leave the party and get the fuck out of the podcast. At this
Come
point,
on. I'm joking. Jesus Christ. I'm just.
fucking Red Dead Redemption player. Go ahead.
Disgusting.
But yeah, that's my general take on it. I think that's good for me.
Nice. Alrighty, fellas. Well, I'm done. I don't know if anybody else has anything like any input, any questions. That'll
No,
conclude.
Viewers cannot fucking join the Westside button mashers. No, we only accepted Sid because he wanted initiation. He's the
Yes, he
only
begged.
Begged us on his
Oh,
knees.
okay, guys, come on.
He's like, please
Don't
let
say
me in. Please, I was like, okay, run the set. I random selected him. He won.
And he fucked you up.
surprisingly.
Yeah.
I know, right? I don't know. I've heard. Wait, he played fucking Kano, right?
No, he played Braca. He got the Opties the first try.
Duh.
The Opti.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh my god, the Opti? He's in. He's in. That's it. I mean, it sounded pretty biased because, of course, you know, I'm a Baraka main myself.
We only accepted Sid because
I'm
it was
broken
funny,
it
right?
myself.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But that is it for me.
Awesome.
Um,
Awesome.
And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And much
I
love.
1, 2, 3. Button mashes on 3.
underdog. No, stay underdog.
Nope.
No.
Stay underdog.
Stay underdog, dude. That's what we doing it.
If you need
Let us know. Oh, by the way, let us know in the comments section if you want some more of the podcast. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, fine.
Tell them to ask questions in the comments.
Yeah, ask questions. I mean, feel free to reach out to us. I mean, I think everybody in here is pretty
Reach
cool.
out to us. How? Fuck them.
Fucking, you know. I mean, honestly, you know, you can talk to us through the comments. You can find our PSN numbers PSN tags. It's really not that hard. So
Except for CC's too Hollywood for y'all.
yeah, he's extremely
you guys-
Hollywood. So
Don't even try.
he's exclusive only to us. Thank you.
He's the tournament.
He's-
If you want
Who
to talk
guys
to him,
again?
you have to talk to us first, and then we'll decide.
Yep, I agree.
All right.
How do you feel about that, Cease?
Who are you guys again?
Wow. Big nuts over
He's
here.
like, I joined the wrong party.
Who are you guys?
Oh man.